Welcome back to Inside Sports, and for this segment I am joined by head coach Darrell Brooks of Bowie State University's men's basketball team. Coach, thanks for being here today.
Thanks a lot for having me. Appreciate you having me out.
Now, you're entering your third season, but last year you guys had a very successful season, making the NCAA tournament and getting to the regional semifinal.
Yeah, we were really excited about last year. 23-6 overall, and had a terrific year in the CIAA conference, going 16-2. Tough time. We got upset in the first round of the CIAA tournament, but we got to the NCAA tournament as an at-large bid, and got to the regional semifinal. So really pleased with last year.
Now, when we talk about the CIAA, it's probably one of the best basketball conferences in Division II. How does playing in that conference enable you guys to be prepared to get to the NCAAs?
It's terrific preparation. Every night out, whether you're home or on the road, you're going to be playing against a tough, well-coached team. So that really helps you going down the stretch every night. You're going to play 18 tough games and in preparation for an NCAA tournament bid.
Now, you guys made it there last year. Talk about this year's team and some of your new players and what you're expecting out of this year's team.
Very excited about this year's team. We bring back nine guys who played last year who got minutes. We lost our best player, but I think that we're going to be a deeper basketball team this year. We're also going to be a bigger basketball team this year. Where last year we played a lot, 4 guards, 1 big. We'll play three out, 2 in this year, and I really like our depth inside. Some of our new guys, we got 2 really good junior college transfers from Hagerstown, Demetric Scott, 6'8" wing, and Najee White, 6'7" post guy. So really excited about those guys. A 6'8" transfer from Coppin State, Brandon Dowdy. And then our 1 lone freshman, 6'7", from National Christian, Joel Clemens.
So you guys go from a short team to a tall team, and I'm not saying that someone 6'1", 6'2" is short, but getting these longer, taller guys, is that going to enable you guys to maybe make a deeper run in the CIAA tournament, deeper run in the NCAA tournament? Yeah,
I'd like to think so. I'd like to think that we're going to be a little bit more of a physical team, a better rebounding team, because when you get to the CIAA tournament, everything slows down. The games become more physical. They're all ugly games. They're all in the 40s and 50s. So you just have to figure out a way to win a game, survive. And I think that our size and becoming a more physical team will help us next year.
I know we're jumping ahead, but we were talking before we went on about the CIAA tournament and how it always takes place in North Carolina. Is that a disadvantage to Bowie State going sort of on the road to play those games in a hostile environment?
I don't really think it's a disadvantage. I think it's on a neutral court, even though it's in North Carolina. It's just such an exciting atmosphere. They could play it anywhere, but that's such an exciting atmosphere that we just got to go out and figure out a way to do whatever we have to do that day to win a game.
Now you have your 9 players who got minutes last year. Mm-hmm. You have your 3 new transfers and your new freshmen. How are these guys meshing together at practice, and has it been a competitive scene out there on the floor?
Practices have been going great. I'm really excited, and my staff's really excited about the competition. They get after each other every day, and that's going to really help to make us a better basketball team this year.
Now you coach at GW. Your team is scrimmaging GW. Can you comment on how a Division II team such as Bowie State can get a good experience taking on a team such as GW from the Atlantic 10?
Oh, just really, start from walking in the building. It's a terrific building. We're going to play against a well-coached Atlantic 10 team who's got a chance to make a little bit of noise in that conference as well. So our guys are going to be very excited. For us, it's an easy game to play. I think it might be a little bit harder for them to play. Our guys will be up just because it's GW. You were at GW. Talk about your experience there. Had 8 great years there. Carl Hobbs brought me in when he got the job there, and we were fortunate. We had some pretty good success over the years, and was fortunate to coach some very good guys, and just happy to see those guys become successful and move on, and really enjoyed my years there. We talk about the CIAA and the NCAAs, but you guys have 3 tournaments during your regular season
Before you get to the CIAA regular season schedule and you open up in Shepherd's Tournament, comment about who you're going to be playing there, the teams are there, and what you're expected.
Yeah, Shepherd's Tournament will open up with November 11th, and we open up with West Virginia State, school out of the West Virginia Conference. Always tough. My first year here, we went to West Virginia State and lost, so we know they're going to be well coached. They're going to be a good, fast basketball team. So we'll play in that, and it's a classic. So we'll kind of exchange opponents. We'll play Shepherd in the second game on Saturday. Virginia State from our league is also in that tournament.
Okay, so you have two teams from the West Virginia Athletic, and you have two teams from the CIAA. So kind of like it's not like a semifinal final, which everyone plays everyone.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
So it's good competition right off the bat there.
Yeah, two real good teams right off the bat, and again, I kind of like us being on the road early. It's going to help toughen us up for our CIAA run.
And before we went on, we were talking about last year how West Liberty was a team out of West Virginia that won the region?
Yes, they were undefeated during the regular season. They were the #1 team in the country all year long from wire to wire, and they went to the Elite Eight. So we went to their regional. I think it's very important that as you look at that NCAA tournament, if you can host a regional. I think if you look across the country, the teams that hosted regionals had a high success rate in getting to the Elite Eight.
And obviously winning the CIAA would go a long way to Bowie State hosting a regional this year.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then as we play the regular season and get to that point, that's where we want to be in a position to do that.
Now you have an interesting tournament on the Thanksgiving weekend out in Milwaukee. Can you comment about how you guys got selected to play there and what that's all about?
Well, you know, last year we got an invitation to go out to the Fresh Coast Classic in Milwaukee. You know, the phone rang one day and we got a call and they invited us, and it's a terrific tournament. They cover all the expenses, and you know, for Division II teams, we all have limited budgets, so they cover your flight, your hotel, everything out there. And last year we won it. And because we're defending champions, they always invite the defending champion back. So we'll play this year. Lincoln from the CIAA will be in it. Cheney State from the PSAC, and then Fisk University will be in it as well.
And what's that experience like for the kids to be able to fly out to Milwaukee, hotel room out there for a couple of days, and where do you actually play the games?
We played the games and played at a Division III school right there in Milwaukee. It was a terrific experience for our guys, you know, flying, spending Thanksgiving out there. You know, we all missed our home cooking, but and the fact that we won the tournament really made the trip terrific for us.
Now, you said you had a third in-season regular season tournament, and can you comment on who you guys be playing in that tournament?
Yeah, we're going to play, it's in December. It's at Mercyhurst College, and it's us. Mercyhurst, Robert Wesleyan College, and right now I don't remember the fourth team in there, but that's more of a tournament format as well.
Now, Mercyhurst up in Lake Erie, and they are also a PSAC, or are they Northeast 10?
They are PSAC.
They are PSAC
I think they're
now.
PSAC, yeah. So
what's it like before you get into CIAA, playing some of these teams from the West Virginia Athletic Conference, from the PSAC, just to try to step out and play teams from other conferences?
For us, it's really helpful because these are all region games. So as the tournament committee looks at your body of work, they look at what you do against region teams. So we're going to go head-to-head against a lot of very good region teams, and hopefully that's going to help us. It did last year, and hopefully it'll help us again this year.
So basically, they get the gauge of how you guys are against some of these other teams when it comes down to like an at-large selection.
Exactly.
Okay.
So hopefully, we take care of business and able to win the CIAA tournament, and we don't have to worry about an at-large bid. But it's always good to have a very good body of work, and these teams are very good and they're well coached.
Let's talk about the CIAA. Where you guys are picked to finish, and what other teams are picked to maybe do some damage in that conference?
Well, we were at the media day. We were picked to finish first in the Northern Division, which we won last year. I think on our side, Elizabeth City's always good. You got to watch out for the Lincoln Lions. They got a new coach last year, and he did some good things. They're gonna be tough again. On our side, always Virginia Union is always very good, new coach, and Virginia State has a new coach too. So that side is going to kind of be a little bit in flux, but those teams will be tough. And then from the Southern Division, St. Augs is St. Augs will be good. Shaw was picked to win that. So they'll be real good as well. So you got to worry about Johnson C. Smith. So again, in the CIAA, it doesn't matter where you go or who you're playing. You're going to play against a good basketball team, a well-coached basketball team.
Can you comment on some of those road trips? Going on the road to play, say, at a Virginia State or a Virginia Union, because, in my years of covering Bowie State, those games always seem to be very close, very tough games. Yeah,
the road is tough, and I think it's like that in any league. But in the CIAA, I mean, you're going to a place like Shaw, and they've got a very, very small gym. And I know during my timeouts, their gym is so small that I get their fans commenting on what plays we should run. So that's that. But it's always a tough atmosphere, but it's a fun atmosphere to play in, and I think it really helps your team become tougher mentally and physically.
As the only Division II school in the state of Maryland, do you guys have somewhat of an advantage of recruiting players in this area? Because you can tell them, hey, we're Division II, we give scholarships, we play in the CIAA?
Absolutely. Being in the CIAA, which I think is the best Division II conference in the country with its history and its tradition, kids are automatically interested. And then, because there's no other school, no other Division II schools in this state, yeah, a little bit of an advantage.
Talk about being able to recruit Prince George's County, for instance. Basketball rich here, and a lot of good players that come out of this county.
Absolutely, and the fact that we're a PG County college, it helps us. So we really want to try to recruit this area hard, as well as the state.
I've noticed over the years, too, you guys have been able to attract several higher profile transfers for players who maybe didn't work out at the Division I level, and they look at Bowie State, guys from California and Tennessee who look to come to Bowie State.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely, and year in and year out, there are always going to be guys who don't work out for one reason or another that want to leave for a better situation. And my philosophy has been here, we will look at Division I transfers. I always want to take a guy that has multiple years. I don't want to take guys, if I can help it, with 1 year, because he really can't get ingrained into the program. So that's what we look for, but we also want to build our program on high school players so we can get continuity over the years.
Okay, Coach, well, I want to thank you for being here today. I appreciate you taking out your time to come here and be with me, and good luck to you
this
season.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, that's Coach Darrell Brooks, and that's Bowie State basketball, and we will be right back right after this message.